Okay. So, all right, there we go. Getting my settings all right here. My volume was off. And so if anyone tried to talk to me, I just realized I had my sound muted. So I didn't hear you. If I talked over you, please forgive me. Oh gosh. So Maria, did you try to say anything? Like,
I just say good morning. How you doing? Nice to
oh,
meet you.
okay. That was probably the most weird moment of like, this girl's just talking and talking. She has no reaction to anything I say. Yeah, I had it all muted and I realized it when I didn't hear recording in progress. I'm like, it always said that. Well, my sound was off. Okay. So we're going to hop in. Hopefully you have a pen. If you were able to print your packet, great. If not, just jot notes on the side or, however you can, because we'll definitely fill in some gaps, but I'm going to share my screen with the packet on screen. And that way I can walk us through. There's 4 segments. It is a pretty packed 2 hours of information. But it shouldn't be, it's pretty simple things, just kind of helping you lay the ropes. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. Now I just have to move this so that I can touch where I need to touch. Share, present full screen. Okay. Awesome. So boot camp is getting organized, establishing clientele, building a business for life, and then what are the benefits and rewards? And that's what we're going to walk through today. So the next page is pretty blank. It just says what you need to run your home business. And I'm just going to kind of give you a little overview of what are the things that you need to just have for officey types of things. It's not a massive list, but there's just a few things that make life easier. So number 1 is a printer. If you have a printer, that will make your life just simple and seamless. If you don't, access to one, whether it's at the library or at an office or a parent's house or something, there are oftentimes things you want and need to print. And so whether it's for tax purposes or just doing your business purposes. So a printer makes your life easier. A 3-hole punch. I talked about this in the welcome session that I do with each new consultant. But I live and run my business in a 3-ring binder because I can add paper and I can take out paper as I'm done with it. And I don't have to use like notebooks that you like need 2 pages out of it, but 50 pages or over. It just is messy. So I like that I can add and subtract from my binder. So that's why a 3-hole punch is helpful. Stapler. Obviously a computer is kind of key, which whether it's on your phone or a laptop, obviously, we all have some sort of computer these days. I do like to write in pencil with my date book. So having a calendar, whatever works for your brain. I do a lot digital, but I still live by a paper agenda that helps me plan my time and I can make notes of things. And so I still like a paper calendar and I always write in pencil because it's life, things change and it's not always perfect. And then the one other thing that I would recommend having is someplace where you can put a couple file folders, like hanging file folders. So when I started my business, I just bought a plastic box from Walmart for file folders. And you just need a couple. You don't need 14,000, but there's a couple folders that I'll tell you what they are here in a minute that will help you stay organized. My goal for you guys is to give you enough basics when you get started, not to be overwhelmed, but to go, okay, let me start on top of these couple things, staying ahead of it so that when you get to the end of the year, it's not totally crazy to get your tax deductions. You get a lot of tax deductions from Mary Kay. And so I just want to make sure that I make that as easy as possible. So that's what you need to run your business. Let's go to the next page. This is the tax sheet. So this is a list of everything you can claim as a deduction on your taxes now. And I don't know if you are very up on that kind of stuff. I was not a big tax knower person. That wasn't language that I had talked in or lived. So let me just kind of explain why tax deductions even matter. When you file your taxes. The government is going, how much money did you earn? And we're going to take a portion of it. Now, most jobs, they take it ahead of time, right? They take it out of your paycheck. So you don't really see it. You don't have to feel it. When you have a home business, the taxes are filed either quarterly or at the end of a year, and it goes backward. And so you're paying your taxes at the end of the year. Once somebody gets really big and established, they'll pay quarterly and they kind of set money aside. It's the same concept. But here's the thing, as a Mary Kay consultant, you are not going to have to pay money for your Mary Kay business sales, not until probably you earn a free car. When you get to the level that you're driving a free car, that's when we start saying, all right, you need to set some money aside to pay in. Why is that? Well, it's because your home and your car and a lot of stuff become tax deductions. It means it takes away from your taxable income. So it means you owe less money. And that goes for your whole family. So it's not just your Mary Kay business money, but when you start to put in all your deductions that you get, now that's counting and taking away from money you're going to owe for your whole entire family, if that makes sense. So long story short, tax deductions are good. They save you money. And so that's why you want to keep track of these, whether your business is a big part of your life or a small part of your life, it doesn't matter. Keep track of this. And that way, when you turn in your taxes next year, you will pay less money, period. Okay. Husbands really, really like tax deductions because it helps. So on this sheet is a list of anything that you can claim as a tax deduction. If it's your first year, which it is for you guys, you are going to be claiming your deductions from the date that you started to the end of 2023. So that's where at the top, name, what year is it? And then what was your start date? So, February 2023 or whatever. And then Accounting Unlimited, they are a company that does do people's taxes. I don't use them. I just use their worksheets, and I have an accountant here local that helps me. So top line says total sales. You're going to be tracking your sales throughout the year. Mary Kay makes it easy, and I'll show you that in a few minutes, how to know what your sales were for the year. They're going to send you a sheet if you earn commission and prizes. You'll see that there at the top. So you'll have a list of what commissions and prizes you earned from Mary Kay at the end of the year. So you'll put that in. And then beginning inventory is if you start with product on hand, or if next year, when you start the year, you have product on hand, that's called your beginning inventory. What's the product you have that you can sell when you start? And so either of you may have a few products that you purchased to sell to customers. If so, with your very first order, that's called your beginning inventory. If you only ordered things that were already sold to people, if you ordered stuff for yourself and you don't have anything at all that you can sell to people right now, then there is no beginning inventory. And so that's what that means. Now, on your orders, when your box arrives, you get these pieces of paper inside. Both of you should have seen that by now. There's this white piece of paper, 1 or 2 sheets. What that is your record of how much you ordered, what you paid in shipping, how much the tax was, and any samples you bought. Those 4 things are on those sheets, and those you need to keep. So keep your packing slips. You're going to put those in one of the file folders that I mentioned earlier. So yeah. Oh no, I do have one. I have one that hasn't been filed yet. So it looks like this. And at the top, it says retail section 1, wholesale total, section 2, shipping and handling, total taxes. All of that is written here. And those are the pieces of information you need to have, because every single one of those is a tax deduction. That's money that is not profit. And so you want a record of that. So you're going to keep these. And at the end of the year, you're going to add up those things. And let me show you on the sheet where those are. If you look at the 3rd line down, it says section 1 purchases, your cost. That is your wholesale total. Wholesale total is your section 1 purchases. Section 1 is the stuff you sell. So at the end of the year, these slips are going to tell you how much you bought, and you're going to just write it on the line. I bought, $2,400 of wholesale product. If you go down about halfway, you'll see a line. Where did it go? Oh, sales tax paid. Sales tax paid. On that line, right in the middle of the page, that comes from here. It says total taxes. And you'll just add up the total taxes from each order that you placed. If you use CDS, which is the customer delivery service, you'll have tax that you paid on those as well. And so you'll add up your CDS orders and you'll add up your packing slip sales tax. The tax from those is what you'll need for your total tax paid. And then if you go down about 10 more lines, freight expense and section 2. Freight expense and section 2, and in parentheses, both of those say from packing slips. Those 2 lines are also coming off of this. Section 2 is samples. So if you buy some mascara samples for people, or if you purchase like mini mascaras to give away, catalogs, things that support your business and help your business, but they don't make you direct money. You don't sell them for profit. Those are section 2. Those are samples. And so they're going to be on your packing slips. It says total section 2 right on here. And then same thing with your CDS orders. If you do CDS, dropped stuff. It'll be on that. And so that's the 2 things you're going to add up to see how much you ordered in product, how much you paid in shipping and samples and anything like that. So the other ones on here are some that you'll use, some you may not use, like dry cleaning. If you never have Mary Kay attire that you have to take to the dry cleaners, you're not going to have an expense for that. Meeting fees. If you go to an event or you go to a special workshop, or we have a makeup artist that will do like trainings and it's like $20. Those are tax deductions. Anytime you spend money and it's to grow your business, to support your business, to do anything for your business, you're going to keep track of that. So there's all kinds of things here. And what I do, except for the packing slips, and then one other thing that we'll talk about later, is I take a picture of my receipt and I save it on my phone in Dropbox. I don't keep all of my receipts when I buy stuff at Walmart, or if I pay for stamps or shipping or something like that. I just take a picture of the receipt and then I throw it away. So I have the proof of the receipt, I have the proof of the purchase, but I don't have to keep a bunch of papers. And that is one way you can save yourself a lot of time when it comes time to file your taxes, is if you already have pictures of it all, and you're just going to label the receipt by whatever category it fits into off of here. So if you bought like, stamps to mail some things out, then you would choose postage as the category of that receipt. Similar like that. Now, a couple things that you already do in life that are now tax deductions are your cell phone. Because you're working from your phone and I'm reaching out to you on your phone and that kind of stuff, you now get to write off your part of your cell phone bill. So keep those bills, put them in a folder, and then you're just going to add up what is your portion of the cell phone bill each month, and that you get to deduct from your taxes. Internet, same thing. Your internet bill, you get to deduct from your taxes now. At the very bottom of this sheet, it says office in-home expenses. You are running a business from home, so you get to write off a portion of your rent or mortgage and a portion of those utilities, taxes, interest, any of that stuff, which is super cool. This is why it really adds up fast. Even if you're not selling millions of dollars, you get a lot of deductions, and husbands say, amen, if they pay attention to that stuff. So all you need to do is decide where in your home is going to be your Mary Kay office. It doesn't have to be an entire room, and it doesn't have to be that nothing else is in there, but what is your office space? What's going to be the workspace that you decide for your business? So when I started, it was in our 2nd bedroom in our apartment. And so there was a bed and a bunch of stuff, but I had a little desk and a corner with some stuff. That was my office. Now, of course, I get to have a whole office. Yay. But you're just going to take whatever portion of space you're using. If you have a whole room that's an office, take the whole room. If you're sharing with like a guest bedroom or in the side of a kitchen or something, then you're just going to take the area of your workspace, like the desk or table, and 3 feet around it. When we get to tax time, I can help you again with like measuring and knowing the square footage. You don't necessarily need to do that right now, but just know that you want a designated Mary Kay area. If you have a closet where you store things, you can write that space off as well. And the path from the front door to the room where you do your work, that whole path is considered a write-off for your taxes. And so you're adding up, how many feet is it from the door to my office? How much space is it in the office area? And then any storage that you're using. That is your Mary Kay footage, square footage. Again, we can actually measure it later. It doesn't have to be done today. I'm just letting you know so you can be excited. Also, your car is the other main tax deduction. If you drive to the store to get cotton balls, if you drive to the post office to drop off packages, if you drive to church and somebody wanted a catalog and you give it to them, or they have an order, anything like that. You go to the school pickup line and a teacher is getting a product from you. That is a tax deduction. So you want to put a little notebook in your car, and in the orientation that we do, I always tell you, hey, get your starting miles on your car. And then anytime from that point on, you're going to just mark the date, what you were doing and how many miles you drove for that purpose. And you add it up at the end of the year and you get more than 60 cents per mile back in your taxes. That is huge. And you'll be surprised, even if you're not like driving to people's houses for parties, maybe you will, but if you're not, you'll be surprised. Like, oh yeah, I have a catalog for so-and-so. That counts as a tax deduction. Or I have a little product for my sister. Yes, driving to your sister's house for a play date counts because you gave her a product at the play date. So it's very beneficial to just throw a notebook in your car, get your starting mileage. How much is the mileage on your car today? Or hopefully when you joined back when we did the orientation session. And then you get to track your miles. You also can keep track of your gas, your oil, your tags, interest on a loan, insurance, and the tax people will figure out what your best deductions are and they'll help you get those. So taxes are not the fun part. They're not the thing anyone gets excited about here in Mary Kay mostly, but it is a really valuable tool to bless your family. And so we want you to be blessed in as many ways as possible. So take a look at this sheet, grab the notebook, be sure you're saving your bills, decide on your Mary Kay space, and just kind of get yourself a little organized to be keeping your receipts. Like I said, I save my pictures of my receipts in Dropbox. Maybe you have a Google Drive or, just a file on your computer, just somewhere where you can just keep pictures of all your receipts for each year. And that's your proof. If you were ever to get audited, you have to have receipts to prove those expenses that you're claiming. I know this is kind of a lot, it's like not the fun part, but are there any questions that you guys need to ask? Anything I went too fast over or things that you need before we move on? Okay, cool. Let me know if there's ever something I can help with that. I'm not an accountant, but I have learned some stuff over time. So let me grab a sip of my coffee. Okay. Money management. So we talked about taxes. That's organizational. That's laying your foundation so you don't have a crazy hectic time next year filing taxes. But how do you actually manage the money with Mary Kay? Like when someone pays you, what do you do? I want to tell you guys, you're both, a few steps into your business. Don't worry if you didn't do it yet, because there's first year forgiveness. They know you have to get yourself organized. But from this point on, here is what you need to be doing with your money. Number one, you need a bank account for your Mary Kay business. You have to have a separate bank account for your Mary Kay business so that you can file tax deductions. If you do not have a separate account, you cannot file deductions. You don't need a business account. It doesn't need to be a fee or anything fancy. We're just talking regular old free checking, okay? Open a bank account for your Mary Kay, and then all money that people give you goes through that account. So if you charge their credit card, you're going to put that money into your Mary Kay account. If you get Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App. You're going to put all of that money into your Mary Kay bank account. And that's going to be the central hub for money. That allows you to file your taxes, and it allows you to have clear proof of what money was given to you. You cannot mix your funds with your personal accounts. It is just not okay. And so it also just makes everything complicated. So get a Mary Kay bank account. It can just be a free checking. And from now on, whenever people give you money of any sort for products, you're going to put it straight into your Mary Kay account or transfer it into your Mary Kay bank account. That account is also the account you want to use when you order product from Mary Kay. So you put the money in as people pay you. It's all going into that account. Then when you need to place your order to Mary Kay, you can use the money that's in that account to order it. And ideally, over time, obviously, sometimes early on, you order some extra things or you want to grab some things for yourself. And so you may, supplement those sales money. But over time, the goal is that your personal funds are never contributing to your order, unless, of course, you're buying stuff for you and it's like a lot of stuff. Of course, you may, but the goal is that you are selling product, people are ordering from you, that money goes into your bank account from those people, and then you place your orders to Mary Kay and it drains down your sales money. Okay, that's the goal. That's where we want you to get. Mary Kay does have a free, they have a credit card that they partner with. It's called the Chase MK Visa, and it gives a 0% interest rate for the first 6 to 12 months if they approve you. And so if you need a little bit of a buffer early on to help you get your orders placed, maybe if all the funds aren't here yet, or you do want to grab a few extra products, that is an option where they help consultants to kind of get started on a strong foot. So if that would be helpful to you, please, feel free to check into it. But I do want to say very clearly, our goal is that your business pays for your business, and you're not only not putting money into order, you're making money. Okay. That is my goal. Even if you do this at a very low level. My sister has been in Mary Kay since she turned 18, because I was like, you're joining, come on. So about 10 years, and she doesn't do a lot with it, but she has enough customers built that she gets her own products free. Their orders provide the money for her to get her discount and get what she needs. That's awesome. Some of our women are using it to quit jobs and go full time with their Mary Kay business. And that's awesome too. You guys get to decide. And that's what I'm here to do, is to help equip you to get where you want to go. Okay. So what you're going to do with your money management is, when that money comes in, you've got sales coming in, maybe from your launch party that you did, that I did for you. Maybe it's people who just know you're doing Mary Kay and they want to do stuff, or you have a party or invite guests onto some of our sessions. All that money comes in and it's in your bank account for your Mary Kay business. What you're going to do is you're going to take that number and you're going to divide, say it's $500, multiply times 0.6, and 60% of the money that you have got from people from sales is going to go set aside to place your orders to Mary Kay. 60% of your sales is for orders. Now, I know our profit margin is 50%. Yes, it still is. However, every business has some sort of expenses, right? There's some sort of overhead. For us, it's maybe some samples, some catalogs. There's shipping to get our orders. You may charge your customer shipping, you may not. Depending on the situation. So there's just a few things. It's not a lot, but we have found if you will split your money 60-40, 60% of your sales money is for your orders, 40% goes to you, you will stay afloat and your business will take care of itself mostly. And so that's what we want to recommend, is split your money 60-40. 60% of every dollar or everything you sell is set aside to place the orders to get what you need for your products and your customers and the shipping and all of that. The 40% that's left is your profit. That's the money that you get to keep. And so once you have deposited everything into your Mary Kay account and you've divided it out, so 60% is set aside for your orders, 40% is yours to either transfer to your family and just move it into your personal account at that point, or you can use a little bit of it to invest back into your business to get a few more things. You can use some of it for savings, whatever you want to do. That 40% is your money. And I do think it's really important, especially early on, that you see how much is my money. That if I needed to pay a bill, I would have, $150 that I could pay a bill. Or just to be able to say, hey, honey, I have, $75 that I just transferred to our family because of my Mary Kay. That matters to the husbands. That matters to the kids, because they are going to have moments where mom's busy, mom's doing something with Mary Kay, or it pulls you away, or whatever, depending on your business. When you can say, hey, by the way, $75, do you guys want to go to dinner tonight? It's on me for my Mary Kay. That matters, and it is powerful. So that's how you're going to do handling your money. And if you have questions, please just interject, put your hand up, speak out, because I want to make sure it makes sense. We do talk about money again in the future, but this is really where you need to understand the basics of where does the money go? How do I split it? What's mine? What goes to my business? So that way you can run it well, and you're not having to dip into your family finances for this. If you do have any customers. Okay. So to-dos from section 1, set up your bank account and set a time that you can look at your money weekly. It's really important to look at it weekly or monthly, depending on how much you're doing, how frequently you have sales, obviously. But take a look at it at least monthly. Make sure that you've transferred the money in, that you've ordered the products you needed, and that you just have your receipts that you've taken pictures of and filed away. It builds up real fast, and that's just not fun. It's overwhelming, and nobody's got time for that. So that's number 1. Number 2, start saving your receipts. Start teaching yourself to save your receipts. And 3, get your mileage. So put that notebook in your car and start training yourself to write down when you drive anywhere for anything Mary Kay. The only difference with mileage is if you're going to your job. If you're going to work and they're paying you, and you happen to have a delivery for a coworker or a catalog to give out or samples for people, you can deduct one of the back and forth to work. You can either count going to work, or you can count coming home from work, because you're, doing your Mary Kay stuff, and then you put your work hat on. And then on the way home, you're a worker, you got paid. Or you can do the opposite. You can say, okay, I'm driving to work to do my job. After work, I'm going to give some stuff out to some people. So on the way home, you're driving home on your Mary Kay time. So that's the only distinction you need to know for mileage, is if you're doing Mary Kay stuff along with your job and driving for your job, you can only take one way of that trip. And then get your office ready. Just kind of get organized, make sure you have what you need, so that you're not constantly like, oh, I need to print this off and I can't, or oh, I don't have a hole punch. That's just frustrating, and it makes it feel harder than it needs to. So that's section 1. Let's move on into how to enter your sales. So Jasmine, we have worked on this, I believe, because you had your launch party. So you should be somewhat familiar. These YouTube video links are online, and they're between 5 and 15 minutes to help you understand how to use the app or how to use Mary Kay InTouch to record your sales from your customers. It is crucial that you record your sales from your customers. This cannot just be giving people products and charging them money and it's all, out there. You have to have a record, again, for taxes. It also helps you know how much you sold for taxes and what your customers bought. So you have a living record that you can share with them. Or if they say, hey, what was that one thing I bought at the last party? It was in this pink tube. You can go back and figure out what they bought. That does happen fairly often. So there's a QR code that you can use to watch the video. I will tell you the app is easier for calculating their total price, for applying any discounts, for seeing how much the tax is. I don't know why. So I do almost all my customer orders through the app, the My Customers app. And that's a wonderful app, My Customers app. And that's what I use so I can tell people how much they owe me. You can charge their card through the app, or you can just mark that they paid you via Venmo or PayPal or whatever. So if you haven't yet learned how to do that, go ahead and watch those videos. It's just, you can start and stop and you can take a look and you can do it along with me on there. So it's just some videos I made. Now, as you are selling and having customers who buy from you, even if it's just once a quarter or however often, there's this thing called the weekly accomplishment sheet. And this is where you record your sales for the year. So you have a number for filing taxes without ever having to add up a pile of receipts. If the thought of having a pile of receipts from an entire year and having to add them up manually is like, no, thank you, weekly accomplishment sheet is where it's at. So I'm going to show you on my screen how to get there, but it's written out here, 6 steps to do that. But let me stop sharing and let me go into my Mary Kay in Touch, and I will screen share so you guys can see how to find this. Okay, so here is my Mary Kay in Touch. It might look slightly different from yours, but what you're going to do is you're going to go to the business tools right here, and you're going to go way down to weekly accomplishments at the bottom there, and then go to enter weekly accomplishments. See that right there? Enter weekly accomplishments. And it looks like it's going slow, but it's coming. So when you pull it up, any orders that you have had on your website, any orders that you've entered into your My Customers app, and any orders at all that you've had through the week that went into the computer are listed here. You can see mine. I had these orders that have come in so far. And so at the top here, you'll see what week is it. You're going to choose the week that you're working with, and then you're going to go down, and these are still editable. So all you do to clean up your weekly accomplishment sheet is you say, okay, Sue Ellen DeLauder. All right, so she bought $25 from me. I'm going to open up my app, my Customers app. And it's opening here. And I'm going to go into my orders on my app, and I'm going to see Sue Ellen DeLauder. Her total with the tax was $27.06. That's what she paid me. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to change that number to $27.06. Do not pay attention to the less tax. You don't want to leave the tax off. That's just unnecessary. And then I'm going to click add right here, spot here, add. And now it moved it down to this part where it's not editable anymore. Sue Ellen DeLauder, $27.06. And then you'll see my weekly total is updated and my year to date is updated. So when you get to the end of the year, you'll be able to see how much you sold for the entire year in one spot without adding anything up. You just have to keep up with these, which I will be honest, I'm a little behind with reconciling all of these, but all you do is you go into your app and see how much did the person pay you. And then you go right here and you change the number to what they paid you and you hit add, and then it adds it to your register, and you'll have a running list of your sales for the entire year. And then with this sheet, what you want to do once you fill each week and you kind of finish it off, add them all, you're going to go to submit. You click that submit button, and you can print it for your records and put it in the file folder, and you can submit your accomplishment right here, and it comes to me so I can just see, what are you up to? How are things going? How can I help? I love to see weekly accomplishment sheets. So you're going to print by clicking this button, and I'll just show you what it looks like. It'll print a 1-page thing like this that you can keep for your tax records. And then you submit your accomplishment and it sends it to me so I can see things. So that is how you take all the sales that come in from your business that you have in your app or you have on Mary Kay in Touch, people that order on your website, and you complete that sale with how much did they pay you, add it in, and then you have a record of your sales for the year for your taxes as well as for yourself. So very, very important and not super hard, just something I kind of, typically have to walk through just to show you. It makes it easier. So let me know if there are any questions with that, anything that I can answer. I got to go find that document again that we were working out of so I can share it again. There it is. Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right. Part 2, establishing clientele. So you can really do this without being weird or pushy. Letting people in your life know what you're doing is just smart. You've got women running to Ulta and Clinique Counter and, Dillard's and Walmart, and they're buying products all the time. So if you have wonderful products that you love and you want to help the women in your life, there's nothing wrong with being proud of that. You don't have to bug anyone. You don't have to hound anyone, but just letting them know what you're doing is huge. And then if you grow and you serve women through some of our sessions and things, an invitation is such a compliment. I can't tell you how often people will say, thank you for thinking of me. Whether they say yes or no, it really is valuable. And so when you are here because you really love the products and, yes, you want to bless your family as well, that is attractive to people. And we'll talk more about that later. So here's a few rules of thumb. If you're going to reach out to people, personal contact is way more valuable, way more effective than posting or doing mass messaging. I think most people know that now, but it really makes a difference if you reach out to someone privately and individually. It makes a lot more sense and it makes a more impact. So here's a few rules of thumb I want to encourage you. When you reach out to people, don't word vomit. Especially when we're inviting them to something, we can just want to say all the things really fast. Like, hey, I want to invite you to this thing. It's really fun. I'm doing this new thing called Mary Kay, and it's not hard. You don't have to buy anything. It takes just, we want to just put all it out there. And, I understand the heart that we want to not be sneaky. We want to be clear and explain what we need to people, but that's too much. And so I'm going to show you how, when you reach out to people, whether it's about a launch party or it's about virtual sessions or hosting something or anything, how you can engage people in a healthy way that creates a conversation. So don't word vomit. Don't just copy paste what someone else says. You'll see a lot of times we give ideas of ways to reach out to people. Make sure you're always staying true to yourself a little bit. Your friends and family know you. They love you for who you are. And so if you send them this thing that just seems odd, that can feel not real. And so on one hand, this is new to you. And so I'm teaching you how to be a business owner. I'm teaching you how to be a professional. And that's good. There is a growth process. If you don't say, hey girl, then don't start a message. Hey girl, if you're the hi person or you're the what's up, be you. Does that make sense? So don't just copy paste exactly what someone told you to say. And then number 3, do not end your message. Let me know. The words let me know are words of death. They are words of death because you just took all the power and put it in their hands. And this person doesn't hardly know what you're doing. They're not invested yet. So we don't want to give all the power to these people who don't hardly know what we're talking about. We want to create something where there's a direct invitation, not let me know if you ever want something. Let me know if you want to hear more. Let me know if you'd like to do this, because then you just have to sit there and wait for them to let you know. And they probably forgot about it 10 seconds after you asked because they're busy and they're living their lives. So let me know should never, ever, almost ever be in your words that you use with people. Here's what you do want to do. You do want to be direct. Be direct. If you're reaching out to someone for a Mary Kay purpose, don't do the like, hey, oh my gosh, your kids are growing up so fast. How is life? What's all going on? Hey, by the way, I wanted to see. That just feels slimy. Instead, be direct. Say, and I'll show you this in writing. Hey girl, I have a question for you. I'm really excited because I just started blah and I wanted to invite you to blah. By the way, I hope you guys are doing really well. It looks like by Facebook, your kids are getting so big. Looking forward to connecting with you. End with pleasantries. Don't start with pleasantries. Start with the direct reason that you're reaching out and make a direct request. That's more respectful. It's more authentic and it works. So that's the first do. Second do is be yourself. So use the kind of words and phrases that you use. Hey, hi, thanks, girl, woman, whatever it is that how you speak. Always make sure it still has your heart behind it. And then number 3, do end your message with a direct question. End your message with a direct question. Would you like to receive a catalog this quarter? Would you be willing to try a sample of this new product that we got? Would you like to join in this event? A direct question invites a direct answer, and it creates a conversation, which is what we're going for. We're not going for blast people with a monologue. So that is my tips for reaching out to people. So my recommendation is to start with our virtual sessions that we have. We have amazing virtual sessions we do every single week that are free for you and free for your people. It's a great way to learn how to teach a session. It costs you nothing. You get to help people get onto the products, using them, wearing them, which is exciting. And you can serve an unlimited amount of people in a really small amount of time. So they're just a no-brainer. Like, everybody wins. This is not hard. There's no taking involved. It's all fun. And when you're ready, you can do your own sessions if you want to, virtually or in person. Absolutely. And I'm here to help you when you're ready for that. But such an easy like inroad of using our virtual sessions. So a couple tips. I try to start people with the Sunday Spa Sesh. That's where they get introduced to skincare. They get to try our bread and butter products, and it's a great introduction to our brand. It's not like a strict rule. That's just what I start with. And my second tip is don't hold back. Invite them all. Invite everyone to do these. It's fun. It's free. It's a gift. And women really love it. They really enjoy. So let's talk about how to do that. Step 1, you invite women to join us. Let me see if I can get this to move. Oh, good. All right. This is just so in my way. All right. So step 1 is to invite women to join us. Here is an example of what you can say. Hey, Autumn, as I get my business started, my business coach has given me a challenge to serve 30 women with a free virtual spa or makeup session during the next month. If you participate, you get a package in the mail that you get to do with us from home. We go live in a Facebook group. You are not on the camera. It will be about an hour long and super fun. Would you be one of my ladies and help me reach 30? So hopefully you're noticing I'm not overwhelming her with information. I didn't give her all the dates and all the times and all the themes. I didn't tell her, 40,000 things. I gave her enough information that she could answer the question. Would she be one of my ladies? You notice I ended with a question, a direct invitation. I didn't say, let me know if that sounds fun. It was, would you be one of my ladies and help me reach 30? The other thing that's really important in here is we're mixing 2 magic ingredients of engaging people. Most women aren't sitting at home like, oh, I just wish I got an invitation to get a facial. Oh, I just wish someone would invite me to go do a makeup thing. No, they're not thinking about that. That's not even in their realm of life. We get to do this stuff for women that they don't even know that they want. And it's fun and it's rewarding. And so we have to remember that we're inviting them to something special, and it's something they're going to enjoy. And they may be even more likely to do it if they know it's helping us in a special way. And so we're mixing the benefit for them as well as the goal that we're working to accomplish. And so that's why, especially as a new girl, saying, I have a challenge to serve 30 women with a free session. Would you be one of my 30? Creates urgency. It creates a reason for them to say, yeah, sure, I can help you. Not, oh, check with me in October. And you're like, that's 5 months away. So this written out scripting, I highly recommend. Obviously, you can put your little touch into it, your personality, but there is a method to the madness. After 14 years of business, some things I've learned that tend to work really well. And I get very high results with yeses. So if she says yes, then you're going to get her specific date. Awesome. Our next session is on Sunday, the blank or blank. Oops. And it's now at 7 p.m. Looks like I need to go in and tweak this. 7 p.m., which is my time. If you live, well, both of y'all are in my time zone. So 7 p.m. Would either of those work for you? And so, like I told you a few minutes ago, I pushed towards Sunday spa sesh first. I like that as a good introduction for them. So I don't say we only have Sunday this. I just say, hey, the next session is Sunday blank or blank. Would either of those work? And if she can't do Sundays, if that's just not good, then I'll say, hey, no worries. We do have one on Thursday the blank for this stuff, or that Thursday, which would be better for you. So we can be flexible, but we're keeping the focus on the direction we want to go with people. Just don't say what date would work for you, because the confused mind does nothing. If you're like, hey, which Sunday do you want to come on? They're like, let's see, I got this. And it's just too much for them to process. And again, this isn't their business. They're not bought in at this high level of like checking out their calendar and crunching all the things. They're going, so if you give them two choices, most times people can say, ooh, yeah, the 10th is really busy for me, but I could do the 17th. That one's pretty open. So you want to help people be able to make a decision for themselves. If she doesn't respond back right away, give her about 48 hours and then check back. Cannot tell you how often people may even read the message and they don't respond. And it's easy to think, oh my gosh, she hates me. She doesn't want to do this. She thinks it's the stupidest thing. I'm bothering her. No, it's not the case. She saw it and then her kid yelled, or her boss called, or she was at a checkout line and she just forgot. So give her a couple days. I feel like 48 hours is a healthy, reasonable amount of time to wait. Then say, hey girl, did you get my invite the other day? Super simple. It's not a bunch of words or apologies, and it's an invite. Did you get my invite? People love to be invited. Have you ever had FOMO because you realize you were not invited to something and it kind of hurt? We get to invite people to be a part of something on the regular, and you want to follow up at least 2 times. People are busy. It's not personal. If they say, no, I'm really not interested, no problem, girl. I hope you're good. And have a great weekend. It's not a big deal. Very rarely are people just plain not into it. But okay, so when somebody says, sure, that sounds fun, I'll do, this Sunday, which we do have to have a week to 10 days notice. So don't book someone, on Wednesday for this coming Sunday. You have to push it out 1 more week. So I will tell you that we send our packs 7 to 10 days in advance because the post office doesn't get them there very fast. So frustrating. And I hate it, but it's really a bummer if your person signs up and you've got them scheduled and then they don't have a package to use. So definitely book 7 to 10 days out with your packages. You're going to sign them up at this form, this link. You click on that link or, copy paste it into your web browser, and you're going to sign the person up, their name, their address, their skin type, whatever needs that there are, and which session you want to sign them up for. You can sign them up for multiple. You just have to do a different form for each session. That helps my assistant get everything divided out right. And once you sign them up, they're in the queue. We will be mailing a package out to them. Also, my assistant will send you text reminders. Hey girl, we got your sign up for so-and-so. Her package is in the mail. Please let her know. Hey girl, we have your people for tonight. Please remind them to be on. We literally take out all room for error. We will guide you through what to say and how to reach out and when to reach out to those people who sign up. So step 3 is you're going to add them to the Facebook group they need to be a part of for that session. And you can just add them right away. There's a Sunday Spa Sesh group, and there's Pink Pampering Events, which is our Thursdays, any Saturdays we do, things like that. So, and then there's a Spanish one. I should get the link for that group. Hold on, let me make a note. Spanish group link. Every time I teach this, I realize there's things I need to change and update. So let me just write it down now. Okay. So add them to the group. That way they're there. Step 4, we do a video before each session, whether it's the day of or the day before. And we just explain to the guests how to be prepared so they know what's coming, and we thank them for getting on. You're just going to tag them in that video. That way they see the face, they hear a little bit, they get a little extra excited. And then step 5, you want to do a reminder 30 minutes beforehand. Have you ever had something you were supposed to do in the evening and you just got brain dead and exhausted and you forgot? That happens to all of us. So we want to be that little gentle, happy, positive reminder saying, hey girl, I can't wait to see you in half an hour. So that way they do get on. If you take the time to reach out, you take the time to schedule them. My office prepares and mails, an $8 to $10 package out. Let's fight to get them on. Let's do our best to have them show up. I know you cannot guarantee it, and I am not going to get mad at you if someone cancels. Hey, that was my packet. But we can take responsibility to make it go well and to do our best. And then we can leave the rest in God's hands. So when we have our sessions, if you have people signed up, hop on if you can to watch, to learn stuff, and to engage with your guest and just encourage her in being there. Certainly, if you can't, it's okay. Like, don't feel like you can't bring someone in if you can't be on or can't be on the whole time. I understand. Or you may be just watching with your kiddo, getting them in a bath, like happens to me too. But if you can be on even for a portion, it adds a lot of rapport, and they are encouraged seeing and hearing you right there in the chat. So those are just some best practices for starting inviting people to these virtual events. After the fact, your follow-up is where the results come. Many, many, many times people get on the session and they get off and they aren't necessarily immediately texting you, I need this, like there's an important part of you following up afterward. So if you're on, obviously we just end the session and you send them a text. If you're not on, set an alarm on your phone. Oops, session's over. Let me text her. And so you're going to contact each person who you have on individually. And I just start by saying, hey, thank you so much. Did you have fun? Easy. That is an easy thing to answer. It's not overwhelming. And they always get back with you. And so they'll give you some feedback. Sometimes they'll start talking about, hey, yeah, how much does this cost? Or I definitely want to do that session. And they'll start creating conversation. Awesome. Go with it. But then the second text that has to happen, this is where the results come, is what points are you earning from tonight? What points are you earning from tonight? We do a giveaway. They have to turn their points in the night that it happens through you. So you need to find out what points they're earning. They earn points by purchasing. They earn points by joining other sessions. They earn points by doing a feedback for a freebie call. They get a free mascara if they refer people. So you are reminding them, again, they're just living life. They're just having fun. It's not their job to remember all this stuff. It's our job to say, hey, what points are you earning? And then collect those points. You'll turn them into me or to April, me, you'll turn them into me. And then you know what to do with her. You don't ever have to say, do you want to buy stuff? Do you want to, do this or that? You can ask that, but when you just have them give you points and they say, I'll get this many points, then okay, well, she wants to make a purchase. How can I help you with that? Or she's willing to do a feedback call. Great. Are you available at this time? So it just gives you answers to know how to work with her in the least awkward way. So if she doesn't get on, check in with her. Let her know she can watch the replay within 24 to 48 hours and still take advantage of the freebies and specials and things like that. The word that I want you to think about with your business when you're working with potential customers is professional. Choose to be the professional. That doesn't mean the pushy one. Professionals are not pushy, but professionals do their part to do a great job and give the person a good experience. So if somebody said they were getting on and they got a package and then they don't show up, it's not pushy to say, hey girl, I missed you tonight. Did something happen? No, that is you being professional and saying, I was there watching for her and she didn't come. Now I want to check on her. Don't assume that it's a bad reason. Don't assume it's personal. Don't assume anything. It's just life and things do happen. And so your job is to be a professional, even if Mary Kay is a very small part of your life. If it becomes your full-time career, treat it as a professional where you're faithful, you're responsible, you take ownership of the actions and the steps you take, and then let people be who they are, let them show you and engage with you as they wish to. So anyway, that is the whole process of starting by asking people to get on a session, how to get them signed up and be prepared, what to do afterward. And this packet is here for you so that when you actually start doing it, you can come back to it and go, okay, check, I did that. Now what? Okay, check, I did that. And you have something to follow. So you don't have to remember this all in your head. So after the fact, if she does get points and she takes part, number one, you're going to just help her purchase what she wants. And she can order online if she would like. That's normal, or she can just tell you what she wants. And you're going to put it into the app, or she can register on your site and order online. Just know this, if someone does not register on your site and they order as a guest, you cannot change their pricing. You cannot give them free shipping or any deals. Their order just goes through Mary Kay. We can't touch it. So they do have to register. That way you will get the order in your hands, and then you can adjust it. You can add samples. You can do a lot of stuff. So help her purchase if she wants to do that. If she's signing up for future sessions, go ahead and go to that link, submit her for the future sessions. You got to do that quickly because we do mail those packs out quickly. Number three, have her send you a picture of her names and numbers she wants to refer if she's doing that. If she's going to do feedback for a freebie and help you with your training, there's a link right there. Calendly.com is how you can book me to do a sharing appointment together. Or she can just get on, and I need to change that too. That changed. The F or F. It's now, we do feedback for a freebie right after our Thursday night sessions. So it's not before the sessions, it's afterward. So we do our virtual sessions on Thursday nights, and then we get done and we invite anybody who wants to do feedback for a freebie and get a little gift and help you with training to just hop on Zoom with us right then. So that's really fun and it goes great. And then lastly, if you have a new customer, if she's engaged and excited and either buying or thinking about buying, go ahead and put her in your customer list on Mary Kay in Touch, get her added in. That way she can get an e-card every few weeks. If you do a special sale, you can contact her that way. So get her on your list and then add her to your client Facebook group. That is where you get to nurture the relationship. It frees you from feeling like if she doesn't buy today, she never will. No, she can go into your group and kind of watch and see you talk about products and see you serve and love on people. And then when she needs something or the time is right, she can purchase. So you definitely want to think of these sessions and the interactions you have with women as just the start. It's the first seed planted, and many more get planted after that. So again, if y'all have questions, please let me know. I'm going to keep on rolling. That way we get done on time and don't take too much time for you. So let's go on to the next. To-dos. Go ahead and pull out your contact list. We talked about this in your welcome call with the little welcome packet that I gave you. Add more and more people to that list so you have a running idea list of who could I reach out to? Who could I invite to these sessions? When you always have names adding to your contact list, it just gives you confidence. Like, okay, I got people to serve. Number two, start reaching out. Take that little script I gave you, do a little tweak to it, and start inviting people to come on these free sessions. There is no loss that's possible. So start reaching out, inviting women, and then let me know how it goes. If it goes great, I want to hear about it. If you're kind of confused or disappointed or unsure, let's talk. I really want you guys to know my heart is to walk with you on this journey and to ask questions and to answer your questions and to help you get where you want to go. I started Mary Kay, y'all don't know me very well, with no knowledge. My first party was a total flop. Not one person came and I was just like a hot mess. I had 2 $0 parties after that. Like I didn't start with all of this information. I've just learned over time. And I fell in love with the company and I fell in love with serving women. And little by little, one question to the next, one day to the next, one mistake to the next, God has blessed and grown my business. And my heart and passion is to give it away to you. I want to give it away to as many women as I can on your terms. You take as much or as little as you want, but you can have whatever you want to have here. That's what Mary Kay is about. And so I just want to stop and tell you that you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have any certain like pre-abilities to come and to thrive here, but you will be directly impacted by how much we work together. And I don't say that pridefully because, oh, I'm just so great. No, it's because you need a mentor. You need someone who's a few steps ahead, your Yoda, who can simply help you and help you navigate that journey. And that is my job, is to simply be your Yoda. Okay. And it is a joy and an honor to do that. All right. So part 3, building customers for life. Here's the thing, you guys. I have seen over 14 years that this business will provide for you forever if you honor it. And if you do it, you can really build a long-term thriving business. And honestly, I'm more interested in you doing that than in you having like $1 million of sales the first month. Like we want something lasting, something joy-filled, something that feels abundant. And so we're going to talk about how do you get that? What does that look like? There's 4 pillars that I think make up a successful business. Number 1, passion to make an impact. Number 2, be a resource for your clients and potential clients. Number 3, connect with people one-on-one. And number 4, share your Mary Kay work as a part of your life. And so let's break those down and talk through them. Number 1, make a passion to make a specific impact on your clients. This is the foundation that we stand on. It may grow or deepen over time. It doesn't mean like your first month in business, you're like, oh, I'm so passionate. Like, it grows, it develops, but what do you really want for women? What do you want for them? I'm sure that you know kind of what you were looking for yourself, like whether it's a discount or a little bit of extra money or flexibility or a tribe, whatever, you kind of know what you want, but why Mary Kay? You have 100 different businesses to choose from. What is it that you get to do for the women that you serve that makes it special, that makes it worthwhile? Put it into words. You can change it over time, but put something into words now that can be your driver. You want to be writing it daily. Make it known in your Facebook group and to the people that you serve, and let it drive your actions and your content. My heartbeat is to empower women to thrive. I did not thrive with my face. I did not thrive with makeup into my mid-20s. And so when God brought me here and got this whole thing going, what I know and believe is that I'm not a Mary Kay because I'm just naturally passionate about makeup or watching YouTube tutorials or any of that. That's really not me at all. But I love helping women feel good in their skin because I know what it feels like to not feel that way. And I know what it feels like to feel that way. And I want to be a catalyst to help women have that. And so for you today, where you're at, what do you want for those women? What is it that you think women should be having that they maybe don't, or they don't all have, that you can help with your Mary Kay business? So what do you want for women? When you know that, it takes away a lot of fear. Takes away a lot of stress because you're not trying to convince yourself that I'm not pushy or, oh, I need to sell the stuff. It's purpose driven. It's passion driven of, hey, this is really truly what I'm here to do. And I'm grateful to get to do it. So there's that. Second thing, the second pillar, be a resource for your clients and potential clients. The best way to prove that you actually want to make a difference for women is to learn things and share things that can add value to them. You don't have to do it every day. It doesn't have to be constant. You can do one a week or a couple a month or couple a week. Like, you get to pick the pace and the speed, but that's why the Facebook group is such a great resource. You get to share tips and ideas. You can do it through email. You can text people things. Why I like Facebook and social media is people engage with it on their terms. When I text someone, it pops up in their face on their phone, right? It's like, boom, hi. When I post in Facebook, they may see the notification, but it's amidst other ones. And then they get to choose if, well, let me see what she said. And they're engaging with me on their terms. And so I do text on occasion, and I do some email, but I like Facebook so that way people get to pick how much they want to see. So if you want to be a resource, first of all, let me tell you this, you can steal stuff that I share or that whoever recruited you shares, like Holly and Christina. They've got all kinds of good stuff in their Facebook groups. You can copy paste. That is just how we roll. We don't expect you to be curating content in your first 3 months in Mary Kay. Take good stuff that you think is helpful, share it. Then along the way, learn, jump on those sessions that we do, watch, learn, and then pass on a tip to your customers. Hey guys, I just learned this tonight on our virtual session. So cool. Guess what? And you tell them something that may get you sales. It may get you women on sessions, and it helps them to understand that you're being a resource for them. You're helping them. So speak to the needs women have or that you have. Share things that help you make the impact you want to have. So I talk to people in terms of how can I help them thrive with their face? What keeps them from thriving? How can I help them thrive? That drives my focus. The third pillar, connect with people one-on-one. Taking the time to message someone, call someone, text someone individually, both Mary Kay stuff and just being a friend, is the biggest impact, the strongest connection, and it creates the greatest results. Mass communication is just like bullhorn. Hey guys, I have a sale. People will hear it. A lot of it just feels like noise. But when somebody hears from you in a whisper voice, hey girl, I was thinking about you today. Is there anything I can pray for? Or, hey Sarah, I know that you lost your mom a couple months ago, and I just wanted to tell you I was thinking and praying for you today. What I love about my business is it has taught me how to remember people better, because I'm in a people business. I work with lists of customers and lists of people who I'm tagging and posting, and it brings to mind women who have needs and struggles and this and that. And so we want to be the person who reaches out and cares and remembers. When you do that, you will gain the greatest connection. That's when people will care about what you post on Facebook. That's when that megaphone makes a difference, is when they've heard your voice in that whisper level. And that goes for inviting people to events. That goes for offering samples or anything. When you talk to them directly, you will get the best results. I use Facebook and I use posting and things like that because I have spent 14 years developing relationships and serving people. And so I may get a pretty good response when I just do a post. Not as good still as if I reach out one-on-one, but I may get decent amount of volume from that. It's only because I've spent time across the table from women. I've messaged, I've spent time on the phone. I've sent her things privately. Like, it's the behind the scenes relationship that makes it work. So that's the third pillar. People want to be afraid about this one. I find more people are afraid of this one. I guess maybe it just feels a little more vulnerable, because you're reaching out and someone could not respond well. First off, the amount of times people are like mean or rude is so small, especially when it's friends and family. Like, they're not mean most of the time. But so often it's a blessing to you and to them. So don't be afraid. Get in there and connect with people one-on-one. Lastly, share your work, which is those 3 things we talked about: what you want for women, how you're being a resource, and the one-on-one connections. Share that as a part of your life. Now that you're in Mary Kay, it should just be a small little sliver of what people know about you in your regular life and on your regular social media. It shouldn't be that people are like, what? You're with Mary Kay? I had no idea after a year, right? It should be that if they engage with you in your life, if they see your social media, they can catch that, both because you're just genuinely sharing things that you love, products here and there, where you're like, oh my gosh, guys, I just love this new such and such, it's fun. You're just putting it out there as like a diary, part of your life. Or, wow, how fun. I got this prize in my business just for taking care of people. How cool is that? Or a picture of you and a friend that you got together and played with product, and just saying, what a blessing it is to your heart to get to spend time with people and help them feel good. You're just allowing that to be a part of your life. This is where you build genuine credibility. Anybody can post on a group and be like, I'm selling stuff, yay! And 3 months later, they're gone. They're not doing it anymore. And everybody's like, oh, okay. But when you, month after month after month, year after year, are still here, genuinely desiring to help add value to people, that is amazingly powerful. Amazingly powerful. And that's when people really respect what you're doing, is when you're just steady and you're still there, and they can see that and filter into your life. Okay. So here's just a few things with customer service that can help you build that longevity and build those results. We have a formula that we talk about called the 2 + 2 + 2. When you have new customers that you work with, you want to always check back in with them a couple days after that first appointment. How did their face feel? Did they notice anything? If they have products, are they loving it? How is it going? So do a check-in. Anybody that you serve and work with within a couple days of that appointment or session. Within 2 weeks, you want to be checking on products. If she bought, make sure she's using them, that she's loving them, just reaching out as a professional to make sure she's happy. And then your goal is to hopefully see her do another session, have her sign up for a virtual session or host a party or something. There's this commitment and loyalty that builds after a couple interactions. And so my goal is, anytime I meet someone, to just extend that invitation. Hey, would you like to hop in on one of these other sessions? Would love to, have you do another one, so that we can lock in that friendship. Or at least she's in your Facebook group. And then every 2 months, you want people to be hearing from you. I utilize our catalogs and my 2 sales a year to be those contacts. I am not texting my customers every day, but when the new lookbooks come out each quarter, I do reach out and let them know it's coming and give them a little highlight of what to be looking for inside the catalog. And then 2 times a year, I do a sale. That is it. 2 times a year. I do not believe in discounting our products as a professional. It's just not necessary. Our prices are really good. They are healthy for everyday mamas. We have tons of opportunities. If people want to save money, they can refer people. They can host a party. There are so many options for helping women save money on products. We don't need to do discounts. And you don't want to build a business where people only order if you're doing 20% off. No, it's just not good. So my customers know about every May and about every November, I do my sale, and they start asking me right at the start of each month, hey, when's your sale? Because they get excited and they buy really well, but then through the rest of the year, they know it's on them. So that is some good practices to get into when you're serving customers, whether they're family and friends or complete strangers. This is the process of communication you want to follow. And then with the catalog thing, how do you send catalogs to people? How do you make sure they get one? I'm so glad you asked. The second half of this page is explaining PCP, the Preferred Customer Program, and how it works. So Mary Kay is so generous. They will send catalogs to anyone you sign up every quarter for less than $1 per book, including samples with your information on the book. Unbelievable. If you go to the post office and try to mail one, the cost is more than $1.50, and there's no samples unless you put them in there. You have to stamp it, you have to take it, and it's very time consuming. The Preferred Customer Program allows you to sign people up by clicking buttons, checking out, and you're done. And a book can go in the hands of anyone you want. And so it's less than 50% of the cost to mail it through this program. It includes a sample every single time. You get to order early. If you sign your customers up for the preferred customer program, when the new products launch, you get them 6 days earlier than everyone else. That is super fun, especially when something is hot and it's going to sell out. Thirdly, consultants who use PCP, the preferred customer program, boost their sales by 30% on average. Y'all, that's a lot. If you just sold, say, $1,000 a year, that's $300 more you're going to sell just by doing PCP. It is very powerful. So when this comes out, we always have posts. There's always emails. Just read the emails and the posts that we do. That way you don't miss stuff. I'll even text usually and say, hey guys, remember on my YouTube channel, there's a video that shows you how to sign people up for this. So like it is all foolproof. You can't miss it. The final chunk of our training, which we are doing good, we're right on time. The final chunk is talking about time and talking about the potential and goals and things available to you as a Mary Kay girl. So I don't want to treat you guys like babies. I'm sure you are successful adult women. You know something about managing your time, but I do find that adding something new into any adult woman's life is a challenge at first. It poses some questions and some like messes that you have to figure out and clean up. And so I want to just give you some good thoughts for getting your time worked out. And remember, I am here to walk with you and help equip you. When I started my business, I worked a full-time job with a commute, and I was newly married. So my hubby and I like to do a lot of stuff together all the time. I had family and church commitments and all the things. So my life has just continued to change. You know, now it's 3 kids and all of their activities. And yeah. So number one, don't forget, the power of nooks and crannies. There is power in nooks and crannies. You can do a lot in 15 minutes. If you want to invite a few people to a session, literally set your timer from 12 to 12:15 on your lunch break and crank out some messages and then move on. As they respond, you can take that on and do those little things. But so much of Mary Kay is just the taking the offensive of doing the thing, of taking the action, and then you create this ripple of results. So remember the power of nooks and crannies. You don't need 2 hours a day. You do not. I've got women who are, school counselors with kids in sports and all the things who in, 10 minutes a day are creating $10,000 a year for their families in in sales. Maybe profit too, but I know for sure sales. And so there are little windows. What you need is just to use those slots. The second thing to remind you is flexibility. You get to decide what works for you. So if a certain day of the week is just not a good day for you to try to get stuff done, don't tell yourself you're going to. Say, I don't do that on Sundays, because it just doesn't happen. And that's okay. You have the flexibility, and it's such a gift. How many jobs are willing to say you get total control over when and where and how you do your work? Not very many. Okay, the third thing though that matters so much is structure. Yes, you have flexibility. Yes, you can use your nooks and crannies, but our brains work the best within guardrails. And so as you get started, as you're doing the Mary Kay things, I want to encourage you to build some structure into how you live. So maybe it's every Monday from 12 to 12:15, I set an alarm on my phone. Sure, there's going to be times where it can't happen, but if normally, your brain knows 12 o'clock on Mondays, I send out invite messages. It takes less energy. It takes less emotional energy to just do it. It is amazing. And so I want to encourage you to create some structure. If you want to come and connect with our tribe and know what's going on and grow, start building into your schedule Tuesday nights for the huddle, where your family's not like, what? Where are you going? It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock. They're like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Mom's on her phone in the room and, like everything's shut off. I promise you, having raised 3 kids in a Mary Kay home, my 9-year-old, I was already in Mary Kay. I've got a 6 and a 3-year-old. My 3-year-old knows when mom's in the office and the doors are closed, there's windows on it. She will come and she will look in there. But 9 times out of 10 now, she doesn't throw a fit. She knows mommy is working. And again, we're all natural humans and it's not perfection, but they do thrive with that. They know Tuesday night, mama is going to feed everybody, eat quick, and then run in the office, and I'll be in there for an hour and a half. There's no drama around it. My husband's not like, what, where are you going? I also protect my Monday nights. I don't take calls and stuff on Monday when my kids are doing our evening stuff because I want to be present fully with them. So hopefully this makes sense. You've got the flexibility, you've got little bits of time that you can do things, but without structure, it's still going to feel crazy and it's going to feel hard. It's really not hard to send a message. You just have to know, when am I sending this message? And my family has to understand when and how this is all working. Then lastly, planning. And that's how you can have structure, is by just planning. Like, what would be your ideal? Every week isn't ideal, but what would be the ideal? If you could pick, when would you want to take advantage of things? What does our team have going on that maybe you could build something around? You know, if you're always watching our Thursday session and hopefully having guests, you would have a minute to kind of glance over your contact list and send a few texts while you're watching. Or, you know what, I'm going to put 15 minutes after our huddle where I just don't go out of my office and I just take care of a few things. I don't go out of my closet. I used to have to hide in my closet to do stuff because I had littles that would find me. And so I hope that helps with time. And I just want to encourage you that we've got women of all ages and stages doing all kinds of crazy amounts of things. I mean, Christina Alvarado, one of our upcoming leaders, brand new red jacket, she commutes an hour one way to work. She is an engineer with a team of hundreds of people that report to her. She is getting her Pilates certification. She has 2 kids. They do sports and activities. She's heavily involved at church with her small group, but she is creating the income to quit her job and be able to be more of a mom with her kiddos that she wants. It's her goal. And growing tremendously and selling a lot of product because she just works her slots and she works them well with a plan. You don't have to do that, but I just want to create that vision of it's possible, it's real, and I'm here to help. And that's what our team is here to do as well, is to love on you and encourage you in that. So this is a weekly plan sheet. Mary Kay has been operating by these for years and years and years. Many women, they print this piece of paper and this is how they plan their time. They just mark out, what is my God time? Faith first. Our company has always operated where your faith comes first. Do you go to church? Are you in a Bible study? Do you have areas of service? Block it out. Are you someone who does Sabbath? My family does a Sabbath day where I try to turn my phone completely off and be totally clued in with them and with God. Do you have quiet time? Block that stuff out. Secondly, family. What is family time that you're going to guard and protect? I already mentioned, like my Monday nights and my Wednesday nights, I don't offer much of anything between 5 and 8 because that's time I don't want to be looking at my phone. I don't want to be distracted or trying to get my makeup on, like be a mom. Our Sabbath day, things like that. Where are the moments that are really precious for you as a mom and a wife? Thirdly, do you have a job? Do you have another job? Block that time out, get it on your calendar, and then see what's left. You might be surprised at the amount of windows that you'll see in your schedule, especially if you're maybe dropping someone off at a sport and sitting in the lobby for an hour while they do the thing, or all kinds of things. There are spaces in all of our lives, depending on how much you need and want to accomplish, that you can fit things in. And so this can be helpful. My calendar has a week. It has a week at a glance, and then I actually do day at a glance, where I literally block my time out from start to finish for the day. So you can use this sheet or you can transition it to a calendar, but I hope that helps when you think about time. All right, so let's talk about just the ongoing doing of Mary Kay, and then we're going to be done, you guys. Thank you for hanging with me. I hope your brains aren't like, I hope it's been somewhat entertaining and more than anything, life-giving and hope building for you. Daily wins are how we live the Mary Kay life. I do not work a month at a time. Like I have an idea of the month. I can't even handle a week at a time because there's so much going on, but I can do a day. I can do a day. I can be faithful in a day. And so I really believe that we as women overestimate how much work something's going to take in the long run. I'm sorry, we overestimate how much work it's going to take today, and we underestimate how much a little bit will do over time. A little bit over time is incredibly powerful. And that is what our small daily wins does, is it creates that space for you to do really teeny things on a daily basis that will create massive results. What Christina's accomplished, what Amy Adams has accomplished, what Holly Stratton has accomplished, what Sarah Fox has accomplished, all these women, it comes directly off of this piece of paper. And so if you are like, you know what, I do want to do some things. I don't know how big or how fast, but I do want to do some things here. I would like to grow a little business. Then I cannot tell you highly enough, print off the small daily wins sheet for yourself a month at a time and pick a couple wins that you're going to do on the daily. This sheet you can print from the packet right here. It's also on boards. For the new consultants, it's on boards. And so you can print it off of our boards app. It's in Facebook. So if you search in our Facebook group, Small Daily Wins, you would find it as a file on there. It's everywhere. And if you need it, just ask me and I'll email it to you. You can do this virtually, like Christina and Jen, our number one consultant, they do it virtually where they type in and they do like emojis. I'm a paper girl. I print my piece of paper. And actually it's like, well, I won't get it out, but every week I just like to mark on it. That works better for me. So if you use this small daily win sheet, here's what you're saying you're going to do. 2 to 5 actions, a couple times a week, every week. That's all you're agreeing to. We're talking things you can control. So it's not sell $50. You can't control that. It may or may not be the time that someone's ready to buy, but you can invite 2 people a week to a virtual session. You can give away 2 catalogs a week. You can check in with 1 customer a week to see how they're doing. So we're talking about actions you can take that are totally in your hands, that are teeny tiny, easy to do and easy not to do, and just mark it down on your piece of paper. So most of the daily wins aren't going to change weekly. You're going to pick some and you're going to use those for quite a while. And then you'll get to a point where you start to go, oh, I think I need to tweak it. And you can tweak it at that point. Typically not anywhere more than once a quarter or less. As you grow, I have some like standard sheets where you can say, hey, if I really want to be a star, how much should I be doing? If I really want to earn a car, how much should I be doing? And I can give you like a resource of numbers to work towards, like how many people should I be talking to? So we have that early on though, y'all. You really just need to pick a couple things and get started with it and get your feet wet and take some action. So let me just tell you what 5 ideas are for your wins. You don't have to do them all, but these are the ones that I typically recommend to consider. The first daily win that you may want to put on your sheet would be, oh my gosh, why am I losing my mind? Booking attempts. I couldn't pull the words. Booking attempts. The best way to make money in Mary Kay is to have women trying on our products on their faces. That's the best way. If you want to make really good money, have people put products on. And we now make it free. I pay for it for you. I pay the shipping for you. I would love for you to take advantage of that, please. And we even do virtual parties with hostesses where I mail the packages. So if you can have people putting products on, you will sell more product and grow your business. So booking attempts, reaching out to people, inviting them to do sessions or to try products with you. Booking attempts is one of the most important small daily wins you could pick. You pick how many days a week, you pick how many times you're going to do it, but booking attempts is something to think about. Second, customer development. This is adding value to people. So like posting in your Facebook group or sending someone a text to see how their skin's doing. That would be customer development, would include loving on someone who's had a really hard situation It can be sending an email with some tips or doing a video. You're just developing relationships with people who are customers or are considering being customers. So customer development is just adding value in all different ways. The third thing would be lead generation. Depending on how big your business grows, there is a need for new people to talk to, new people to connect with, new relationships to build. And so being intentional about engaging in connecting with people and creating opportunities to have new customers is very important. So lead generation would be something for daily wins to think about. P.S. I have on boards a folder all about daily wins with a lot of ideas and information. So if you go into our boards app, and you go into small daily wins, you'll see all kinds of stuff to help you. So lead generation, number 4 would be sharing the business. Thinking about how can I take action today to pass on the Mary Kay opportunity? Who could I talk to? Maybe who could I invite to do a feedback for a freebie call? Who is thinking about the business that I need to follow up with? Who could I send information to? Who's just on your heart that you would love to work with and to have on your team? Sharing is an important activity for growing a healthy business. And then lastly would be something for your head and heart. What are you doing daily to help in your head or your heart? What's the next area you want to grow? For some people, it might be, I want to have 5 minutes a day that I spend time with God in the Bible or in prayer. And maybe that's your daily win right now, is just, am I engaging in my faith each morning or each night? Maybe it's, I'm just disorganized. I'm no structure. And so your daily win is, I just want to plan my time each night. Before I go to bed, I'm going to plan my next day out. That way I can feel a little more organized. Or maybe it's, I don't ever read anything or listen to anything uplifting. I'm going to listen 5 minutes a day to a book on Audible or a podcast, or I'm going to read 5 pages a day. Maybe it's that kind of thing. You get to decide, but something to fill up your head and your heart is really, really important. So, so this daily win sheet is what we live and die by. I do it. All of our top girls do it. And it is freeing. It simplifies what it looks like to build your business, and it gives you a track to run towards. It's not about perfection. I don't fill in everything I want to every week, but the fact that I'm doing it and working towards it and growing towards it is extremely powerful. It's how my teacher friend in our unit, who's a counselor with kids in sports and all, she has 2 wins that she does 2 days a week. And just 2 little things 2 days a week has created $10,000 in sales this year. And her husband verified it on their taxes. He's like, oh my gosh, you doubled your sales this year from 2 things 2 days a week. Okay, it works. So the winner's circle is how we honor women who are doing their daily wins. Every week, I have a reminder text that goes out to our group of girls who are committed to doing daily wins. And it just says, hey, don't forget, send me a picture. And so they just take a picture of the week and they just send it to me. And that way I can see what they're working on. I can see where their holes are. Or they can say, this is bothering me. And it helps us know what to help them with. Helps them be excited when they see progress. It's everything. And so the winner's circle girls get lots of recognition. They earn cash. I literally pay you to do daily wins and to send them to me weekly. There's 3 levels. I mentioned that earlier, where you can be focused on certain numbers of actions. For new girls, I highly recommend just pick a few things and get started. Silver level is just fill out the sheet. If you fill out the dang sheet and send me a picture weekly, and again, there's grace. If you forget on Sunday, send it on Monday. Like, it's not this restricted thing. It's just an accountability of, hey, are you filling out your sheet? Are you paying attention to these things and working towards them? After your first month, there's a fun prize that you get. Hold on, we'll come back to that. Where'd it go? Well, I thought it was in here. It's not. Maybe I'll add it. I can't go backwards. Anyway, if you complete your first month of doing the 4 weeks of Winner Circle and sending me a picture, you get a Heishi bracelet that says Inspire, and you get to join our Inspire bracelet girls. And I would love for you to get yours. So if you want to do daily wins, and you want to get started on that, text me and say, I'm in on Daily Wins. I will add you to the reminder texts and we'll start tracking you to earn your bracelet. Okay. So you're doing Daily Wins, and now I am going to get my sheet out here so I can have a visual. All right. So you're doing your Daily Wins. You can see mine here. I've got a lot of marks on there of just stuff that I've been working on with my wins, but it's just check marks. I did, I've done 18 booking attempts this week. Who did I reach out to? Who was that attempt? What was going on with that? Well, it's all written on this sheet, the serve sheet. So this is the second sheet of paper that I run my business on. I use about 2 pieces of paper on a monthly basis to run my business. So as I'm doing my Daily Wins and I'm just making check marks and hash marks, I'm jotting the person's name on the serve sheet. So when you look at this serve sheet, the bubbles on the right side of the page, those bubbles are where you can jot down someone's name. I know they're small, but it works. You can put their name. And so I'll put Beth, Facebook, or Sarah, text, or Susie, voicemail, VM. And you're just jotting down, who are you reaching out to? You've got a running log of who you've reached out to. If I reach out again, I'll put like × 2. If they say no, I'll mark an X through it so I can see. And it just becomes a way to keep track of who you're reaching out to. From week to week and month to month, you can go back and look and see, who do I need to follow up with, who I haven't heard back from. And then you can follow up, and that counts as a booking attempt again. If you followed up, that's an attempt. So boom, you got one. So you're just using these bubbles as a list of who you've contacted and a way to remember who you've contacted. When they book with you, then you move your booking over to where it says 6 weekly bookings there. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you can list your bookings. So again, if you have someone sign up for the second week session, you can mark them in on week 2, summer smoothie. And I've got Susie and Sarah and Ashley. And it just helps you so you don't have to remember all this stuff in your own brain. You don't have to have, extra sheets of paper everywhere and notes on your phone. On this sheet, you can keep track of who you reached out to, who said yes and signed up for a session or is booking a party or whatever. And then when you actually do the session where they actually put the products on, then you list their names. Serve by sharing the product, you list their name, the date of their session. If they do a follow-up session, if you chat with them about the business, then you're just keeping track of the people you've served. And so this sheet becomes your running tally of the results and the effort that you're putting in. And it's a way to remember who to follow back up with too. So I keep these for months. That way, when I'm trying to figure out who have I not talked to in a while, or who fell through the cracks, or who did I really like, but oh my gosh, she canceled and we never actually rescheduled, I just go off of these sheets. I can literally go through my sheets of what I did back in May, back in April, and it tells me what to do. So I'm not coming up with stuff out of nowhere all the time of like, well, let's see, I feel like calling so-and-so. I have this list of the people I'm working with and the people I'm serving and the bookings that are happening, and I can follow a reasonable process. I'm like you guys, I have a lot in my life going on. I cannot keep it all in my brain, and I'm not going to do it if I don't have it in front of me. And so these papers are my way of helping you guys to feel a little more organized. Yes, it takes some getting used to. It is a new thing. And so it took me several months to get my Daily Wins really locked in, to remember to fill out the sheet. That's okay. You don't have to be perfect on day 1, but I want to give you the tools to be as successful as possible with as simple process as possible. So what is possible? What can you have success? What's out there? So let's talk about the 2 streams of income. If you want to draw a line down the center of this page, I'm going to break down the 2 streams of income and the best way to earn those streams of income. How do you make as much as you can with your business? So on the left column, put share the product. Share the product. And this is income through sales. When you share our products with women, you will have sales, and that is a 50% profit margin, but we do 60-40. So you can put 40% profit. So when you are sharing the product with women and they are buying stuff, you're making 40% profit. This is your money for today. This is daily pay. We literally can earn money in Mary Kay every day. How cool is that? Through this. So every day you're earning income that you sell, and that's through sharing the product. I've already mentioned this, but you can write it on here for forever. The best way to make good money in sales is have people putting the product on. Have people put the product on their face. That's why we do virtual sessions. I invest hundreds of dollars a month to send packages out for you. That's why we do the hostess parties with the samples, and we spend a lot of money mailing all of that. It's because I believe in how much it will do for you, for me, for all of us when women are putting on our products. They fall in love, they see improvement, they feel more confident, and everybody wins. So if you can have women putting products on, you're going to see the greatest sales. Other additional ways is through adding value via Facebook, via email, via text. When you're adding value and providing solutions for people, that will create sales. It is not going to do great to say, hey guys, look at this awesome product. Mary Kay is so great. We do this and we made this and this product does this and this and this. We're not pushing our products and our brand. We're pushing solutions. So if you want to sell a lot, sell solutions and benefits for women. When you talk about the products, talk about it in the light of that woman is the hero, and we're here to help her thrive. We're here to help her feel good. We're here to simplify her life. And so the products we have are helping her thrive. Okay. So that is selling the product. We also have our website. We have catalogs. I highly recommend give catalogs generously. People still enjoy looking through them. They still like to shop out of a catalog. So share those catalogs and let people check things out, lots and lots. You can give samples. You can, talk to people about products and stuff like that. But that's where you're going to create income for today, that 40% profit that you can earn for the rest of your career. So that's sharing the product. The right-hand side is sharing the opportunity. And so Mary Kay has provided a separate stream of income if you are willing to pass on the blessings that Mary Kay provides to you to other people through sharing the opportunity. And this is simply, instead of sharing products with people, sharing hope for income and hope for blessings and a tribe and all of that stuff. And so Mary Kay starts paying commission when you have your first team member. When you add one woman who says, you know what, I want to get in on that with you. And she joins you, she pays the $30 or the $130 and gets her kit. She is your team member. Now, you don't have to train her, okay? It's not on your shoulders to teach her everything. And oh my gosh, I now have to provide stuff. No, while you're in my team, I do that. If you grow and become a full leader and you have a whole tribe of your own, you can become the director and you can do those things and it's fun. And that's what I wanted, but you don't start there. You start going through me. And I will train your girls and love on them. And you just get to be an encourager. And then when your people order product, anytime, Mary Kay keeps track of it. And after the month ends, they send you a commission check for a percentage of what your team ordered. It doesn't come out of your team's pocket. They get their 50%. It comes out of Mary Kay's 50% of what they collect when we order. They're going to tally it up and they're going to pay you out a commission based on what that person ordered. So when you have one woman on your team, you're going to earn 4%. So you can write one team member, 4% commission. And at that position, when you have one on your team, you become a senior consultant. So a senior consultant has one woman on her team who has ordered and gotten going. If you have 3 women on your team, 3 is a red jacket. So Christina has just gotten to where 3 of her women are active on her team, and she is a red jacket, which is a level of leadership in our company. You get a pay raise at 3 to 8% or more. You can earn 8 or more % on your team. So you double your commission when you have 3 active women on your team. Active means that they have their discount active. So they've placed their order and they are active with the company. When you have 5 on your team, that's another promotion. And a 5 team members is a team leader. So now you are really, you've got 5 women that are active, that are growing. This is the level where you can start qualifying to earn a free car. That is super exciting. And Amy Adams in our tribe has 4. She is 1 away from hitting this level. And so it's exciting to see each person grow. 8 active is the next promotion, and it's called a future director. A future director has 8 active on their team. They are earning 9 or 13%. So now you're at the tripling of the starting level of 4%. When you have 8 on your team, you're at 13 max. So you've tripled it. There are bonuses that Mary Kay gives and pays out, all kinds of bonuses. I'm not going to talk about all of that. It's just too much detail, but they do have it printed on Mary Kay in Touch. If you want to see the entire career path and all the bonuses, you can print that off from the resources section on Mary Kay and look at it. But after 8, someone can either stay there and have commission and drive a free car and do all that stuff, or you can decide you want to become a sales director and do what I do, where I pour into a team that is my own, and they're my own group and my own tribe, and we do life together and all the things. And that is so rewarding, not just financially, but in the side of having a tribe of your own to lead and empower and grow into. I never thought I would do that. Never, when I sat in my training class as a new girl 14 years ago. But that was something God had for me. And so Mary Kay pretty much triples your pay between being a red jacket with 8 on your team and being a director. If you qualify and become a director, your pay triples immediately, and they pay up to 26% commission on your team and your tribe. And that is really rewarding. You can earn the free director cars. So like I drive the pink Cadillac. There's also a Equinox level of director car, and they do cash bonuses every month. They also do a wellness bonus annually to help with, health needs that you have. Bonuses. And so most directors start out earning about $40,000 a year as a sales director, and it goes on upward into a couple $100,000 on up to some of the very, very top leaders will earn over $1 million a year from our company, from serving and caring well for people. And so I tell you that not because I necessarily think you'll know, ooh, am I supposed to have that right now? But I want you to know that there is an unlimited opportunity here in Mary Kay. And many people don't realize that on the outside. They think selling lipstick. Why would I do that? Well, first of all, it's helping women feel good, right? So it's much more valuable. But by doing that and investing in women's lives, you can create anything that you want to financially, with opportunity, with flexibility, in a great environment. And so again, my job is to find the women who do want that and help you even more so, and work closely together to help you get there. And that's my greatest privilege and honor, and my greatest desire is to help women max out what's available here. So last couple details here, and then we'll be done. Active status is an important thing to understand, and it's not tricky. It's completely clear and it never changes, but sometimes getting it into your brain and understanding how it works takes a minute. So this is written out so you can look back at it and understand it. So your active status is your discount. Okay. When you're active, that means you have your 50% off. You don't ever want to order and not get 50% off. My thought is, if you're a consultant, you should be getting half off. So you do need to pay attention to your status. You don't have to be active in Mary Kay. You have a whole year. You can order just once a year if you want to, and they're not going to punish you or be mad at you or anything like that. But your discount is good 3 months at a time. And so first of all, I do want to tell you, my mom watches who is active, inactive, who's getting ready to be inactive. And she sends an email. We send a text. Like, we do contact you to let you know if you're getting close to being inactive or any of those things. So please read them. I always feel sad when somebody reaches out and they're like, I'm not active, I don't have my discount. And I can see, like, we send an email, we send a text, and they just kind of ignored it. So we do try to help as best we can to make sure that you never miss out on getting the products that you need at half off. That's the point. So here's a couple definitions. Retail is what the customer pays. That's full price. Wholesale is what a consultant pays. That's discounted, half price. So wholesale is what you're looking for. Your discount works like this. You get 50% off your wholesale orders when you order a minimum of $225 wholesale. So you're getting half off of everything and you're spending $225. The cost to be active is $225, just any old time, okay? You will continue to get a 50% discount on every order you place as long as you're active. So the month that you place a $225 wholesale order and the following 2 calendar months, you're active no matter what. Okay, so active status is 3 months at a time. If you place your order in June, you are active. Yay! July, you're active no matter what. August, you're active no matter what. Every time you order, you get half off, period. Okay, let's go to the next page. Well, here's I already said that. Okay. So your first month that you order the 225, you're A1, A2, A3, that's your third month. So at the end of those 3 months, if you didn't get to a total of 225 in February or in March, based on our example here, after the end of March, your discount just turns off. The 50% turns off. And when you're ready, after 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, however long, you'll just want to place a 225 order all at one time, and that will turn your discount back on in that month and the following 2 months. So that's like the short part, okay? That's just, if you're ordering and then you don't do too much for the next couple months, just know, and we reach out to you, like I said, we contact you that third month and say, hey girl, this is your last month. You can either grab some stuff right now and then let yourself go inactive, or you can add some things in and extend your discount further, because anytime that your orders in 1 month reach 225, it starts your active status over and you're now month 1. And so if in June you order 225 and then in July you've got customers ordering and you need some things and you hit 225 with your little orders that you have, and the end of the month you're at 225, well, guess what? Now July is A1, August is A2, and September is A3. So I will tell you guys, in my business, I never, ever go inactive, because every month I'm ordering at least 225 as I'm serving my customers. That's a great place to get to, where you don't even think about it. Christina is that way. She doesn't ever go inactive, never has, because she's just moving along and she has the orders. And so her discount gets pushed out every single month. So it's not something mean. It's not something to like be hard on anyone. Mary Kay is protecting the integrity of our business. This is not Sam's Club. We don't have people sign up so they can buy 2 lipsticks and get it half off and just kind of hang out. They want women who want to serve people, whether it's just your family and friends, that's okay. It doesn't have to be huge. Or you want to do facials and expand and grow. They want to protect the integrity of our company and say somebody who's a consultant needs to be intentional about the products that they're ordering. And then whether it's stocking up for yourself, helping a few people in your life, or building a customer base. So you don't get kicked out if you go inactive, okay? Don't be afraid. It's not like a bad thing. You just want to be prepared to, when you're ready, place a 225 order, and that will restart your discount for another 3 months. So I know that can be a little bit tricky. Again, it doesn't change. It's not mean or like, harsh. It's always the same. And my mom is paid by me to watch out for this and make sure we communicate to you guys where you're at, so you don't miss out. So again, if there's a question, throw it in the chat. Final fun rewards that you can earn. Pearl calls. You heard about these. These are your feedback for a freebie chats. Getting women's feedback on our business helps you grow and learn. When you complete your first 3, you get earrings. When you complete your second 3, you get a bracelet. And when you complete your third 3, you get the matching necklace. So you have a full set of pearls to wear and to feel pretty, and just to honor you for doing your feedback calls. Every single person who does a call gets a free gift. All they have to do is turn in their form with their address on it. They get a gift, you earn prizes, and you grow your business. And so be working on this. Who can we talk to, whether they want to do our feedback for a freebie that we do on Thursday nights after the sessions, where it's just virtual, or we can schedule a call, just 3 of us. Okay. So those are your pearls that you're earning. This is the program that Mary Kay has done all year. It's called Golden Rules. This is the last month. So starting in July, we get something totally new, and it's exciting and fun, and we'll see what it is. But for this year, we earn jewelry and accessories every month if you go beyond 225 in wholesale orders and you hit 600 wholesale. If you hit 600 in wholesale orders any month, they add to your order a piece of jewelry or an accessory. So you can see on here those earrings. That was from the fall. There was a little wallet, this keychain, so adorable. Up in the corner, you can see the bracelet. That was our first month. This month is a necklace. It matches those earrings. So it's got those gemstones in it. It's kind of a little bit like hangs down long. So pretty. If you this month hit 600 in wholesale orders, cumulatively adding up throughout the whole month, they will give you that bracelet, that necklace for free. And you become a golden girl. And if you do that all year long, they give you bigger prizes. And so you guys are at a really good spot because yes, we're ending this year in June and you can get that gorgeous necklace, but then come July, you get to start and you can do the whole entire year of consistency and get extra jewelry that also averages out to $500 in your pocket. I am very focused on helping as many women get to this level of 600 wholesale a month as possible, because that's $500 that can change your life every month coming in, and gobs of prizes. And so this is a great thing to stretch towards as you're ready of, okay, could I sell $40 a day? If I could sell $40 a day through all the different methods that we have, I can be a golden girl. I can get prizes and I can make $500 a month. Holy cow, that's not too hard. After the months build up, we have quarters that they earn more prizes. So you'll find Mary Kay's very generous. They give all kinds of prizes. So quarterly, we earn our points from our orders, and then we get to cash them in for prizes. And there's this huge website where you can pick prizes for you, something for your kids. Like I've had choices of those vacuum things that you can go all over the floor, sunglasses, handbags, decor, TVs, travel vouchers, like unbelievable amounts of things. And this happens on the quarterly basis. So our quarters are written out here. You can see December 16 to March 15, March 16 to June 15. So we're just about done with the quarter. And then we start a new quarter in June. Being a star puts you in the top 20% of our company. It gives you all kinds of benefits. And when you're a star, Mary Kay puts your name at the top of the list when someone searches for a consultant in your area. So there's a lot of benefits that help you. Star consultants, Mary Kay knows, are active. They know that they are serving customers and that they probably have some products ready to go. And so that's why they give priority to those women, because they want to take good care of customers who are looking for a consultant. So there's a ton of reasons why being a star is amazing. It also means you're earning $500 a month. As a star, you're getting jewelry every single month. You're earning quarterly prizes. It's just amazing. So being a star is amazing. We also do a cruise for any woman who earns her star all year long, 4 stars, one from each quarter. Christina is one who is taking a cruise for free this fall because she's a 4-quarter star. And so it is amazing and so fun. So this year, our goal as a team was to shine, to not be afraid, to shine with our gifts and our passions so that we can empower others to feel free to shine as well. The verse that I pulled that God laid on my heart was, you're here to be light, bringing out the God colors in the world. Now that I've put you there on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. We have the opportunity in our businesses to speak to a lot of people and to share hope with a lot of people. And I want our women to shine brightly. That's been our focus this year. So our goals were to have 7 women who were golden girls every month, earning their jewelry and $500 in profit. That's what we've been working towards. And 3 final tips to make it in Mary Kay, to be here a year from now and 2 years from now would be: number 1, plug in. This wasn't meant to be an alone journey. Yeah, we may have different levels of need for friendship or whatever, but like having sisters on the journey is unmistakably powerful. And you will see the women who are the strongest and most successful are plugged in and they've gotten to know each other. We do life, we share, we cry, we pray. And so we have a huddle every Tuesday night for 30 to 40 minutes. It's not super long, it's not super serious, but I bring you the best information I can to help you grow your business. Other girls will share their ideas and what they're learning, and it's amazing. We get on Zoom. I do stream it in Facebook, so if it's something where you can't be on Zoom for whatever reason, it's okay. Ideally, get on Zoom so you can like talk and get to be known. People understand and know you, but Facebook's okay too if you want to watch it. We also huddle up with some other units of Mary Kay people just to learn from others and hear their voices. And so you're welcome to hop in on that anytime it works for you. My focus is our huddle, our team huddle, but that's just an additional place where you can learn and grow. Tip 3, focus on serving. End of the day, whether it goes really slow or really fast, if your focus is how can I serve women? How can I add value to women? You will succeed here. You absolutely will. Number 3, think long-term. It's not about whether you do amazing things in the first 3 months. I think our world honors fast and furious, and that doesn't last sometimes. So I hope that y'all will just kind of relax into it, take those steps, let it grow at a healthy pace, and long-term, you can really thrive here. And finally, use lots of products. Use the Mary Kay products. You have a discount, you have half off. So use everything that you can, build as you go, try more things and share what you're trying, because that's when you're most genuine and authentic. That's when people will know that you're someone they can come to and you can help them. And so enjoy that. It's fun to get to do that. And that is everything. That is our whole packet of material 3 minutes after. So unless you guys have questions or anything you need to hear